When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
Hey, this is your best friend Chris from the More Gooder Than podcast, and you're listening to Is This Adulting?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, a weekly conversation between two best friends, navigating adulthood and our struggles with mental illness as overgrown man-children. I'm best friend number one, Stephen Pappas.
Hello, and I'm the second best friend, Christopher Tyler Grimmett, and I'm also dripping in finesse.
You did it.
Yes.
You said your whole name. You said more than I say.
I know.
Because I don't talk about my middle name.
Yeah, well, more than anything.
It's Josephus.
More than anything else, I just wanted to say that I'm dripping in finesse. Have you heard
Do you
that
think
song?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good. Bruno Mars' new song?
Oh, with
Cardi B, of course.
There you go. No, yes, I have heard that. Okay.
It's quite good.
I was confused.
Some have complained because I've been dripping so much with finesse. I've gotten finesse
small
on the
puddles
floor.
of finesse everywhere I go.
Yes, it's been a real hazard for most people in my workspace.
Oh, there's a finesse diaper joke, but I can't come up with it right now. Not on my game. I'm sorry. I am not dripping with finesse. Anyway,
it's like you just had like a moment of reflection of like, God, I'm not.
No, yeah, I was.
Why?
I had like a heartbreaking moment where I thought about how little finesse I have, and it made me sad. But here I am with you, the king of finesse.
Of course.
And
hear ye.
I want to be like the crier, the town crier. That's just hear ye, the king of finesse is present.
Oh, is that what the person's called?
Yes, it doesn't mean they cry a lot. I know where you were going with that.
Oh, it's just like super emotional. Like, did anyone else see this week of This Is Us? I mean, like, God, I'm so stressed.
I think anyone who watches This Is Us is the town crier. From what I've gathered of it, I have not watched it because it's the same guy that made Parenthood, and I watched Parenthood, and I cried every week. So I was I can't handle it.
What is it about that guy that says, you know what, I spent like 8 years making a really sad show. You know what I need to do? Make it again.
Oh, Parenthood was his second sad show. He also made Friday Night Lights.
Goodness gracious.
He just likes to tug on the heartstrings.
This dude needs to watch like SpongeBob or something. He just needs to go for a different direction.
Wait, you don't cry during SpongeBob?
I'm a heartless person. Didn't I tell you? Let's keep going.
Okay. Well, before we get into all the random fun that we're going to have this week, we have housekeeping. And we actually have, like, housekeeping. Not really. Not much.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what it is.
I know, right? First off, we want to say thanks to Chris from the More Gooder Than podcast for the audio drop at the beginning of the episode. Remember, if you want to do one of those, all you have to say is, this is your best friend and your name from wherever you're from or whatever show you're from, and you're listening to Is This Adulting, and we'll tack it on the front of the show.
Thank you, Chris. Sorry, I just felt like I needed to say thank you.
It's okay. You can say thank you as well.
I was taught to be polite growing up.
I mean, me too. It's all right. I don't know where it all went because I'm not polite anymore. We also want to say thanks to Katie C. for her new pledge on Patreon. You now have access to all of our exclusive episodes. So thank you for that. And we also want to say a big thanks to Chris O. for increasing his pledge to the next tier. So we owe you
next tier.
the next tier.
I feel like I should give like a
Video
sassy
tier.
thank you of some sort. Of just like so we'll start with so start with the first one.
We also want to say thanks to Katie C for your new
You
pledge
go,
on Patreon.
girl. And I did like a cool little snap. So and then I'll give the second one so I can give like a cool thing.
I will say that you were assuming Katie C's gender.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
by,
that is true.
maybe we
you're
shouldn't
right.
do that, huh? Hmm?
You're totally right. I apologize. I apologize. You are correct.
I just
thought-
went through
I
gender
thought I-
training
I thought I
at a
know.
volunteer organization. So
Yeah, I thought I knew who this was, so that's why maybe I'm incorrect.
yeah, Chris, come on.
All right. Well,
Not everyone can be as woke as Steven. So
You are
I'm sorry.
woke, and I am dripping in finesse. We are quite a pair, us two.
Woke and the King of Finesse. Tuesday nights at 8
That
on
sounds more-
TNT.
I'm saying, yeah, that sounds more like two wrestlers who didn't quite make it.
Oh my gosh! And I also wanted to say a big thanks to Chris O for increasing his pledge to the next tier on Patreon.
Fine, I'm not going to make any assumptions. Thank you. Is that better?
We do know Chris O very well.
That's too late. Thank you. That's all I'm going to go with.
But we owe you, along with a few others, some personal videos for giving at that tier, which we will definitely film next time we are together, which I guess will be on the road or once we get to.
We have so much
Orlando.
time to make videos on the road. That's exciting.
Yeah, Orlando's like a 9.5, 10-hour drive from Charlotte, so we'll
Making
have
our
plenty
way
of time to film
downtown,
videos.
driving to Orlando. Da, 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 da. Okay, keep going. Mickey and Minnie and Goofy. Sorry.
So yeah, that's in early February, so we will get you your videos in the Best Friends group or emailed to you by then. And finally, as always, we want to thank our sponsor Blueberry for our new segment where Chris pitches me a new podcast that he's been thinking about recently.
I like how you just changed it so now I make the pitch.
Yeah, well, it was always one of us pitches a new idea, but it's always you. So Chris pitches an idea to me. Hey Chris, what you thinking this week?
Well, I will say, Steven, if you ever want to or anyone else wants to, you are more than welcome to say one or send one in. But since I came up with one this week, let me share. Steven, are you not going to respond? This is like an interactive thing.
Yes,
Steven,
sorry.
wait, let's try again. Steven,
Yes.
you know us humans and our love for celebrities, right?
Yes.
We just cannot get enough. Whether it's pop stars, actors, actresses, or hip-hop artists, we just want to know more and more about their lives. So I'm going to go back to the source, from the ones who knew them before they were famous, their loved ones. Each week, I'll take a celebrity's loved one out to lunch and for a cup of joe and see what stories they can share, what it's like to be them, and whatever else is on their mind. Get ready to laugh, get ready to cry, and also feeling some other emotions. It's a podcast I call How I Fed Your Mother.
I thought it was going to be a ripoff of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
No, see, that's what I did. I had to take it. I had to distract you. See, that's what I like to do in these. I like to start making you think I'm going one way, and then I zag.
You zag on them?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, McElroy Brothers, for the great 2017 motto that has now been laid to rest. Anyway, that is an interesting idea, Chris. I enjoy it.
Is.
I'm interested
I think it's
to
one
see
of my
how
more
you're gonna
interesting
get.
ones.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how you're going to get access to all these family members.
Oh, I have ways.
I believe you.
I am the
what's
king
scary.
of finesse.
Yes, you are, Chris. You are the king of finesse. Well, you understand that creating a podcast isn't just as easy as recording your show and uploading it to an MP3, right? I mean, we have gone over this at least 10 times.
I don't even know what you've been saying.
You know some of those words, right?
Sure.
Well, to get the most out of your show, you're going to need a fast and reliable hosting site. Do you have that? No?
Nope.
No? Okay, cool. You're going to need accurate download stats so you know what your numbers really are.
I don't even know what numbers are.
You've written Threeve, a combination of 3 and 5. Well, you're also going to need easy to set up web pages so you can focus your time and effort on creating content. Like, what kind of content should we be looking for our lovely new show, How I Fed Your Mother?
We're going to start out by going back to the mid-2000s to see what's going on in the world of pop rock band Bowling for Soup.
Oh, God.
I call this first episode Stacy's Mom has some serious opinions about her current national debt. ready to feel uncomfortable, because I know I was.
All right, I would like to let you know, though. I need you to know something. Are you ready?
Please.
Stacy's mom was not Bowling for Soup.
Oops.
Stacy's mom was Fountains of Wayne.
Oh, well, that one.
I thought you were going to make a soup reference, too.
Oh my God, Stephen. I may have interviewed the wrong lady. No wonder she had so many opinions about politics and so little about Bowling for Soup.
She really just didn't care about Bowling for Soup. It was real weird. Well, you know that Blueberry offers you all of your podcasting needs, from hosting all the way up to having a fully integrated WordPress site, and you can actually use that and other avenues on the internet to research who actually performed songs.
Yeah, Stephen, you know I don't know that if I don't even know which person I'm supposed to interview, but it clearly sounds like what I need. But I've also started, so what do I do?
It's fine. It doesn't matter if you already have the podcast, which apparently you do because you spoke with the wrong person, or if you always wanted to start one. Either way, you can head over to blueberry.com/BFF to get your first month free.
That's pretty good and all, but Steve and I have a loyal fan base, and I do not want to lose any subscribers.
That is a problem. Hey, what do you call your subscribers?
The extended family.
That's cute.
I know, it's nice and simple. They don't all have to be funny puns.
They don't. That's just a beautiful, beautiful sentiment.
I'm more than jokes, Stephen.
Are you? The Blueberry support team is available to help you migrate your existing show with their free tools without losing any of your subscribers. Sound good?
Sure.
You see, yes, absolutely.
Sorry, I was still just thinking about interviewing the wrong lady.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure she enjoyed the lunch or breakfast, whichever one that you provided.
Neither. It was a picnic. It was beautiful.
It's so sweet.
I know.
It's so very sweet. Anyway.
Are you going to finish this?
I am. Go ahead and get to work on How I Fed Your Mother or any other podcast today by going to blueberry.com and using our promo code BFF. That's blueberry without the e's.com/BFF. The reason I was so thrown off by that song or that ad is I was literally sitting here going, is it Stacy's mom? Because I was mixing Stacy's mom up with like Scotty Doesn't Know, which is very different.
I think you're
song.
right. I think it was Fountains of Wayne, and for that, I'm sorry. In fact, some might say I deserve Fountains of Pain for getting it wrong.
You know, Bowling for Soup was
1985.
Yep, it was 1985 and always.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry,
Or
but
almost.
there you go. Bowling for Soup, wherever you are. That's a random shout out. I'm sure that's the first one you've gotten in a while, so you're welcome.
Goodness, Bowling for Soup, this is where they make their comeback. They were mentioned on a mediocre and slightly successful podcast, and now they're back in the public eye.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to start off this week just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. So, Chris, how you been this week?
Steven, it seems like every time that we do a mental health check-in, I'll say how I'm doing, or anytime I say I'm doing good, and then the next few days before the podcast comes out, I'm usually not doing good anymore. And that's unfortunate because it feels like I'm not keeping people up to date with what's going on. Well, I have a pretty surprising thing for you, Stephen. Guess what I have?
Got a pocket full of sunshine? I don't know.
Meds adjustment of my own. Yes.
That doesn't happen to you.
I know. Well, I've continued to be getting more and more anxious lately, and I've been sleeping really, really horribly. Just not having really good appetite or anything, and it's just gotten to the point where I was trying to maintain it with what I had and mindfulness and things, and it just wasn't working. So I went back to my doctor, and he decided, for some time, let's add a little bit more to it. And honestly, since I've done that, I've been really, really grateful because he said, the full effects it will take, some weeks at least, if not longer, but just taking a little bit more of what I'm doing, I would start seeing some results after a few days. And I mean, I really have felt it. I felt significantly better. This is the thing that I think has been interesting. Sometimes, like when I've gone through like a particularly rough week or two, I can honestly forget how would I describe this? Like how unmotivated I become. You know, the fact that I can wake up and I don't spend 10 to 30 minutes wanting to lay in bed before getting up. You know, like I mean, no one ever wants to do the dishes, but I can like look at the dishes and not be as overwhelmed by the idea of like, yeah, I can do that right now. Like even small things like that, I've seen a difference in, and it's been really, really nice. And I've been feeling a lot better. And so the last couple days have been good. Just taking some time, with my medicine being changed now and starting to feel like I have a little bit of motivation, and it's been really, really nice for a change because, it's been a little while since we've recorded now. We recorded about, what has it been, almost 2 weeks or a week and a half or something like that?
Week and a half. Yeah, we had to switch around because of the time difference. Yeah,
but whatever the case was, we recorded, and then later that week it was just really, really bad. And so I was able to get some changes in, and I've been very thankful for it. So overall,
was it doubled?
Yeah, it was just doubled.
Curious.
Yeah, it was just doubled. So, I mean, like I said, I was not on like tons in the first place, but it was because I had weaned myself down, and realizing that maybe I just weaned myself down too soon, and
right.
maybe I just needed to stay where it was.
And as co-hosts and close friends of a decade, mm-hmm. and people who speak openly about mental health, I will tell you that was what I was on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess 2 or 3 years ago, and that was the pill that when they doubled me, because we were on the same dosage. Now it sounds like you had weaned off some, but we were on the same dosage, and when they doubled me after a couple weeks is when I started having the bad thoughts. So just be conscious of that.
Yeah.
I don't think that that'll probably be a problem, but just be conscious of, just in case that sort of thing starts happening, like understand that it's the pill.
Oh, that's good to know.
Call your doctor immediately.
Okay, and that's good to know, because he'd already kind of said, he's like, he wanted to kind of check in on me and say, he's like, let's try this, see if this works, and if it doesn't, then call me in a week or two, and so that's good to know what I need to be looking out for. So thank you.
Absolutely. Just a little thing from when I dealt with it. I just want to make sure that you kind of are keeping that in mind.
I know. And the good news is, soon enough, we'll be together for an extended period of time, so you can observe and see if I'm doing good or not.
I will be observing you constantly. That's my plan.
That's beautiful.
It's
Steven,
very Phil Collins.
How you doing?
It's not Phil Collins. It's Sting and the Police. Dang. I am not on my game.
Steven,
I messed up an artist.
Fountains of Wayne. It's not Phil Collins or Sting. Jeez.
Oh, I forgot that Fountains of Wayne sang Every Breath You Take.
Every breath you take. That's a horrible Fountains of Wayne.
Is it?
Whatever. I don't know.
Pretty accurate.
Okay. Well, Steven, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
What
does that mean?
It's about all I got.
Okay.
Good days, bad days, same as you. I feel like that's been my thing for a while now, but as I'm weaning off of the good medicine, which you're not supposed to take on a daily basis at any point, and I've been taking it on a daily basis for almost a year. So as I start weaning off of that, it's a little stressful, and I'm, like I said a few episodes ago, or maybe last episode, I'm shorter, I'm a little more anxious, I'm a lot more anxious, but I have a shorter fuse. It doesn't take much to set me off. And so that's still going on. The anxiety and the panic attacks and stuff are still going on, and breaking through as I kind of stop taking these drugs. But I want to get off them because I don't like being on them. And so it's just a matter of balancing and things like that. And I had a really bad day about a week ago. Had a really bad day. Had a full-on meltdown. And I was like, I could not control myself. I was like hitting myself in the face. Like I was just like out of control, like stressed. And I went and just like sat in my closet for 3 hours. And dealt with it. But
I'm glad that you have a place to go.
Yeah, it's my closet is where I go. I go and I hide in the dark closet and I sit there for a while, and I bring my phone or the iPad and slowly introduce, I guess, stimuli to me, like something like TV or something. After I've been in the dark for a while, I'll do that and slowly get ready to like come out and like embrace life again. I know that sounds weird, but I kind of need to retreat from the whole world for a few minutes or hours or however long it takes.
Whatever works.
But other than that, I mean, things have been pretty good. I've been really busy, so that has been chaotic and crazy. But other than that, I mean, it's been good. I'm just trying to balance everything as far as I have every night of the week pinned out for the foreseeable future. Mondays are X, Tuesdays are Y. Every Wednesday I do Z. Like, it's one of those, like, I have them pegged out. Every Wednesday is this, every Monday is this, every Friday is this. And that's good for me in a way, but also kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just kind of a balancing act of trying to figure that out. But overall, I'm doing better, aside from the fact that I messed up my arm a few days ago. But we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
Definitely.
But yeah, we both messed ourselves up this week.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share or an idea of how we can encourage you throughout the week, you can email us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com, just like this person did. And I want to preface by saying we are getting back to reading the listener check-ins on the episodes where we don't have a guest.
Nice.
We've said we're going to do it. It's been a little while. We got behind with the 12 days of adulting and all this. So we are going through a backlog right now. So if you just wrote one in recently, don't be surprised if it's a month or two before we get to it, or if we may do a extra episode one of these times where we kind of clear the inbox and just read a bunch of health check-ins, or we may do that as a segment in one of our episodes where we just check in with the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we are working our way back through. So this one's actually from October of 2017. It is currently January of 2018. We are working our way through. Yeah, I know. Will it actually be, when this episode comes out, it will be February.
Forgive us, please.
Won't it? Yes. Sorry. We are working our way through. They will get read.
We are anxious boys, and I think this is a good representation of how anxious we've been.
Yes. And so I was on autopilot, and Chris and I have both been anxious, so we are getting to them. But you can send them in and just let us know if you want them read on the show. And if you do, we will always read them anonymously. And if I know you, I will come up with a name. Or if I don't know you, I will come up with a very random name based on whatever television show I'm writing or watching. Not writing. Ooh, that'd be great. Whichever television show I'm watching at the time. And we will read it then. Or if you have a name you would like to be referred to, we have some people that write in that way. So just do that and we will read them on the show. So this is from October, referring a few months ago. So I will say that was probably about August. And so this listener writes in, and I'm going to call this listener Songbird.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just something nice. This listener wrote in and said, a few months ago, I wrote in describing how my work situation was stifling my creativity and sense of self-worth. Looking back, I can't explain how disheartening it is to realize that I was not in a place to fully realize how bad things have gotten. I've since snagged a new position in a much bigger corporation. Yes, I sold my soul, but hashtag health insurance, hashtag 401k, hashtag they actually have an HR department.
Hey.
And I've spent the past couple weeks realizing how much of an impact the negativity surrounding my former place of work has had on me. I find myself walking down the halls here, headphones in, head down, barely making eye contact with anyone while coworkers greet me and try to engage in lighthearted conversation. My boss has repeatedly apologized for, quote, piling on the work when all I can do is laugh and tell them to bring it on, as this is nothing compared to the waves of projects that I'm used to being buried underneath. We had a baby shower for one of my coworkers recently, and my senior came up. Yes, senior came up, sorry. And my senior came up and asked why I didn't take any of the leftover food. I simply said I didn't feel like it was my place, as I'm the newbie and hadn't contributed anything to the party that took place the same week I started. She came back 5 minutes later with a handful of snacks for me to take home.
Oh, that's nice.
I was complaining about feeling sick to another coworker the other day, and she suggested I take my superior or talk to my superior about their work from home 1 day a week policy. I told her I was planning on just paying my dues and not pressing the issue, as I was originally told there was a 6-month wait to do such a thing, to which she responded, "Ma'am, you're awesome. Quit worrying about paying your dues." The best part, y'all, the men here either look me in the eye or look at the floor. No inappropriate comments or touching, no weird uncomfortable situations.
There we go.
I suppose they take sexual harassment training seriously around here, and I could not be more grateful. For now, I'm learning to be confident in my work, to hold my head high, and not second-guess myself anytime someone says something positive about my efforts. To that point, while I've been absent from the Is This Adulting community for a few weeks, as well as from social media in general, I want to thank you all for giving me giving me the boost I need to endure the last few months at my previous job. I truly don't know what I would have done if I had not had the support of the ITA family, as well as the joy and support from the podcast. I wholeheartedly believe I'm on the road to becoming my best self, and a lot of that is thanks to you all. Thank you so, so much, and I love you all. And please remember your worth. Remember the value in all that you contribute to the world. Remember what you deserve and push yourself even if it's a little uncomfortable. Your goals and your happiness are worth it. Songbird. Yeah. Songbird got preachy at the end, and I love it.
Sing me a song. Woo!
It was amazing.
Yeah, that was good. Sorry,
I just
want to
read that last part again to everyone out there as much as I'm reading it to myself, which is, please remember your worth. Remember the value in all that you contribute to the world. Remember what you deserve and push yourself even if it's a little uncomfortable, because your goals and happiness are worth it. Boom.
I feel like Christina Aguilera's Beautiful was playing in the background during that last part. So
I feel like that was written by Brene Brown.
Hey, if you don't know who that is, seriously, get on that.
We've talked about Brene Brown on here before, but really
but
read
real.
Brene Brown's books, because Brene Brown is amazing.
Wow.
And will make you actually feel amazing about yourself.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Songbird. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm glad she's in it, or he or she is in a good place. You know, they are just. We've talked about it before. We've been in really unhealthy work environments, and just being able to be in a place where people are kind can almost be overwhelming.
Absolutely.
I know that, my job where I'm at now, it was overwhelming at first, and it took some time to even trust. And so I hope that now it's been a few months that things have continued to been solid, and that healing has been able to continue to happen, and that you maybe are able to trust the people that are being kind to you now, because I know that it can take some time.
Well, I work from home, so I legitimately just have to learn to be nice to myself, and then I'll get over it. But we are going to move into our first topic, which is, almost a year ago we started this podcast, if you think about it. We're coming up
that's crazy.
In a few months on 1 year. And the very first thing we did when we introduced ourselves to you all, for you to understand, we care about mental health, this is who we are, embrace how silly we are. The very first thing that we did was we held the Great Sitcom Draft of 2017. And we drafted which team of 3 friends from the show Friends we would want to have. So we each split 3 and 3.
Well, let's clarify, not just the best characters.
Right.
We debated the best friends, like who would be
the best friends.
Yeah.
And I will say I won. There was a vote held. I did win, but it's hard not to win with Chandler.
I understand. I did go all really heavy in one family. So
yes,
so
I was going to say you were just the Gellers, and who were you? The Gellers and Joey.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
And so this year we are going to do it yet again. We're going to start a little early instead of doing it on the 1 year. We're going to hold the Great Sitcom Draft of 2018. At least the first one. Who knows? We may do another one.
Yeah.
But we are going to at least have the first one of 2018. And this is one that's very near and dear to my heart because, as some of you know, and Chris, I think you know this is top 3 television shows for me of all time. My top 3 shows are Psych.
Okay, go ahead.
Lost, and this one. Chris, what sitcom are we drafting today?
So, me and my wife have been going through this show for a while. I've gone through it before. My wife has kind of watched it here and there, but never gone all the way through it. So I said, it's time. We need to do the whole thing. And we just finished it. And I cried even more this time than I did last time at the end. Oh, my gosh.
I cry every time.
Oh, my gosh.
I cry throughout.
So we are doing a draft of The Office. And here's what we're going to do. Again, we're not going to do the simple draft the best characters. That's not what we're interested in. Instead, me and Steven are both going to do a thought experiment. And we're both going to be starting our own branch of Dunder Mifflin. And from the employees, from the Scranton office, we have to... Well, are we just the Dunder Mifflin employees? Should we just do that, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah. Since we're doing that, we're just gonna be drafting, and we don't have to draft one from every single department. It's more just for the best work environment, the best just who we would want on our staff for whatever reason. And so that's what we're gonna do. So Steven, you're gonna do the coin flip to decide who goes first, and then we're gonna do the snake draft where one person will do one, and then the other person will have the second and third, and then it'll go back, and then you'll understand soon enough.
Yes, absolutely. I will be doing the coin flip as soon as the app finishes downloading.
Oh.
So in this time, do you kind of just want to share a little bit about your love for this show?
Okay.
Oh, wait, it downloaded. Never mind. I don't care about your love for this show.
You want to stall? Don't stall.
All right. Call it in the air. Heads or tails?
All right. Heads. I don't hear any noise. Is it working?
It is working. I'm going to show you.
I can't
tell if you can tell. It's tails.
Tails. All right. Whatever. That's
I
fine.
would not lie to you about that. So I will have the first pick.
All right. So who are you going to pick for your first employee of your branch of Dunder Mifflin?
Well, first off, I just want to intro it the way we all want to intro it right now. We're all screaming for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what this weird, ringtone version of it is.
That's interesting. It's like, hey, know what we need more of? More accordion.
Yeah, I found it online, and I was like, oh, this is the real theme. No, it's somebody playing the theme. So, but we all got into it. Okay.
Steven, congratulations. You get the freaking draft, to start off the draft again. You keep doing this, but whatever. That's fine.
I do. All right.
I'm
so
really
my first
sad.
pick.
I think you're going to take mine.
My first pick, because we are trying to draft a functional branch.
Okay.
And when you're drafting that functional branch, Chris, it's all about the numbers.
Oh, no.
And so my first pick is Angela Martin.
Ooh, whoa.
Yep, I'm picking Angela.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think I was going Oscar?
That's shocking. Wow, so you're going with Angela.
Angela Martin Schrute. Spoilers.
All right, let me go ahead and let you know. So we're both going deep on this draft, and I probably put at least 15 names. Angela's not on mine.
That's okay.
All right, I agree that the numbers is important. But I'm worried about a different number because, sure, you can calculate all day long, Angela, but unless you're able to sell, you're not going to stay in business. And I'm going, no joke, with Dwight K. Schrute as my number one pick. Because, let's be honest, Dwight is a strange fellow, but he is the most loyal, dedicated, best salesman they have. And that dude bleeds Dunder Mifflin. And honestly, it's just going to be way more fun in the office. Sure, there's going to be some headaches, but if you're going to have a paper job, you need to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going Dwight with my number one.
He was almost my first pick.
And with that, I get the third pick as well. And now I need someone else. I need someone that Dwight can kind of calm Dwight down a little bit with one of the most enjoyable characters, for me at least, and that is Pam Halpert. I'm going Dwight and Pam because they work well together. Pam, she's the office administrator, but she just does a lot of different fun things. She brings some fun into the office and can calm Dwight down. So I am very pleased with my first two picks. Bam. All right, you go ahead for your next one. Or your next two, I guess.
Yeah, I'm having to remove a few here because both Dwight and Pam were in my top 5.
Oh, man.
But luckily, I'll get the other 2 out of my top 5, so I'm happy. So my next pick is I'm going to need somebody who can handle not only some of the office workload, but I'm going to need somebody who can oversee the shipping and someone who can make sure that the warehouse is running efficiently.
Oh, man.
And so my next pick is Daryl Philbin.
Yep, that was my third. Because
Daryl is, one, incredible and hilarious and would be so much fun to work with. But two, is extremely smart and so good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
But
You're
also
right.
just so enjoyable. I love the actor. I love him in everything he's in.
You're right.
And anytime I see Daryl Philbin, like, on the show, I always think of the speech he gives about the taco stink. About eating tacos in the basement. He's like, you can't get rid of taco air. It's heavy. It sets. Like,
That's a good pick. That was my next pick. So you stole that one from me. But where are you going now? I'm so interested.
all right, so you have to have a manager,
Mm-hmm.
don't you? And for me, you need a manager, somebody who has been there a long time, somebody who knows their way around paper, and somebody who, frankly, is one of the best employees you have. So I'm taking as my manager Jim Halpert.
Okay.
He will be my manager because
Okay.
Dwight was originally going to be my manager.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought about, because Jim's sales numbers are incredible always. They
Mhm.
always talk about that. And especially when he's working with Dwight. And so I'm kind of sad that Dwight won't be there because who's he going to prank now?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think Jim would make a good manager. I was always kind of bummed that he didn't end up being the manager at the end of the series, but it kind of had to be Dwight.
Yep.
So,
All right.
Yeah, going with
So
Jim.
you took Jim. So I'm now going. I still have a lot of people at the top of my list, which I'm happy about. So my back-to-back picks are first. You're right. I need someone for numbers as well. And so I'm going with the fun, sassy, sometimes maybe a little bit too know-it-all, but we can work with that with him. And that is Oscar Martinez. I love Oscar. He's absolutely one of my favorite ones. I think for them. I mean, every single one of the characters have their flaws. Don't get me wrong, but I love Oscar. I think he is so wise about so many things, but also at the same time, like, he's able to be really good friends with, like, Kevin, and that, like,
Kevin.
and that combination of the two is just really, really great. And he's super smart, so he would be so great for the numbers because I'm going to need that in my branch. So with that, I'm going with Oscar Martinez. And then I'm going to keep it up. You stole my person that I was going to be my head of shipping, but that's actually okay because I'm really happy about this person for head of shipping, and that's Val. I freaking love Val. And so
Val was my next pick.
So I'm taking Val because, gosh, she's amazing. And it just in so many different ways. And so she's calm, she's collective, but she's also just so intelligent and able to maneuver any situation. So I'm loving this pick. I've got a good branch so far.
Yeah.
So what are your next two picks going to be?
All right. So my next two, I'm going to take back-to-back picks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, duh, because that's how this works. My next pick is you've got to have somebody there to cover your bases.
Mm-hmm.
You need someone to run HR. You need human relations. And here's the thing. If we were talking seasons 1 through 7, Toby Flenderson is a strong, strong pick. But toward the end of the series, Toby becomes the literal worst, and I despise him so much.
Many ways.
He's just the worst. So I'm going to go with the HR rep that I always enjoyed the most, which is Holly Flax.
God, that was literally my next pick. Goodness gracious.
I'm taking Holly
God,
because
we are on the same page, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you took Pam and Dwight both from me out of my top 3. So.
No, that's right. You're right. Gosh, man, I totally had Holly next. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, I love Holly so much. She's so much fun, and she's really good at her job.
She's good all the way around.
So.
Okay.
And we're going to need somebody in HR. Mm-hmm. Because my next pick is somebody who she's going to be seeing quite a lot of. Because he will get himself into trouble. I don't know what role I want him filling.
Oh, gosh.
But I know that my office is not the office unless I have Michael Scott there.
Okay.
So he's got to be there. He's not going to be the manager.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to put him at the reception desk because I think he's fun.
That might be his best gift.
Yeah, he's all right. He can answer phones. He'll probably do it in impressions, but like I can take Michael Scott. So I'm happy with getting the power couple there, the Beyonce and Jay-Z of The Office.
Okay. My next two pick, I'm going back-to-back ladies, all right? Now, this one may be controversial.
Oh, don't take who I want.
But I'm going with a person that at first I did not like.
Yes, it's who I want.
And slowly, she became such a wonderful person, and that's Nellie.
Oh, okay.
It's not who you thought it was?
No, it's not.
Ooh, interesting.
Woo.
So, and the thing I like about Nellie is like, you know, she definitely was overwhelming at first, but the more you kind of saw her bond with the group, it was like really, really nice to just kind of see. And she was so savage sometimes, and so in some of the funniest ways, like specifically to Toby when he started getting to be too much. He was great. And so so I'm going with Nellie. And she could do a wide variety of things, but she'd be really good. And I'm gonna get serious for a second. She wants to adopt a child, and I'm all about adoption and fostering, and so I'm gonna be in support of anyone who does stuff like that. So
except she doesn't really at the end. She kind of weirdly baby naps a child.
Yeah, that's a different situation. But at the same time, I really like Nellie, so that's the reason why I went there, and not Nelly, the popular actor or artist. Sorry.
Yes, no, not him.
Next on my list, I'm going with another lady, and some may not like her, but I think she's great, and that's Phyllis.
Okay.
I just love Phyllis. You know, like she's fun. She don't get me wrong, Phyllis can don't get her on a bad side, but at the same time, she's just really, really nice in so many different ways. And I think she's just a great addition to The Office. And I like her sense of humor a whole lot. And she's very loyal, which I enjoy. So I'm going Nellie and Phyllis. Steven, I didn't take the person you wanted.
No, you did not. Well, you kept saying people are going to not like this one. And people are not going to like this one probably. They're probably going to be like, oh, Steven's team is not voted for now because of this next pick.
I wonder if you're going to take who I have coming up.
Here's the thing. You've got to have, one, I just adore the actress that portrays this character. But two, you've got to have a person who is that person in The Office who is too much, who's too bubbly and wonderful, because every office has one. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's you and me, I bet. But there's got to be that one person. And so I'm taking the wonderfully portrayed by Mindy Kaling, Kelly Kapoor.
Oh, whoa.
Yes. I love Kelly.
I was not prepared for I don't even have Kelly on my list.
It's okay. Is Kelly a horrible human being? Yes. But do I still love her? Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Because I need that personality around that's terrible, but is also going to deliver the one-liners that make me laugh every time. Like, Kelly never ceases to make me laugh on that show. I don't know why.
Okay.
Did she do a very terrible thing in the finale of the show and run off and leave a baby? Yes. But, I mean, par for the course.
Okay, so I'm glad that you took her off.
Chris, get ready for this one. If we're doing Dunder Mifflin, I'm going to need somebody just kind of, one, keeping Michael in line, but two, also kind of checking over Jim's shoulder. Making sure that he's doing things properly and he's managing. I need someone with a lot of experience in management. And so I don't think that I could pick anybody else but David Wallace.
Hey, I get that.
David Wallace is a character that I really didn't like early on in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then throughout the series, I kind of grew to love.
I get that.
After he lost his CFO job, and started his own thing and then came back and bought the company. Yes, for Suck It. That he came back and bought the company. I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like him for any number of jobs. And he was a CFO, so he could probably help Angela out in the finance department, if nothing else.
If he wants to take a couple $100,000 pay cut.
That is true. Or he could just remain the CEO.
Hey, I get that. I think that's a good choice. All right, so I'm going... I don't even know if you have him even as he's such a minor character, but he quickly became me and Kate's one of our favorite characters in the entire show. And Val can't do the downstairs all by herself. And that's why I want Nate.
Yes,
one of
you
the
do.
best characters. He is just, I don't know how to explain it, Steven. Is he not just one of the most genuine guys in the entire world?
He's hilarious. I will say the only time that I was ever like anti-Nate was when they put him in blackface.
Oh, that was...
Because I was just like,
yes.
oh, this show was made a while ago.
Yeah, that was horrible. But for me, with Nate, like that, and I consider that more of Dwight than Nate, because Nate was just kind of like would do whatever everyone like told them to do. But he's just like the time that Daryl tries to give Val really nice gloves and instead panics and gives him to Nate, and Nate is so genuinely just like excited about the silk gloves and where like, oh, I just love him so much. And so I'm very, very happy that I got Nate. Where am I going to go with this next one? I think I'm going to go further down the list than I expected. Now, I know a lot of people did not like her, but I didn't mind her. And so I'm going with Karen.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I know a lot of people didn't, but for me, when her and Pam were in like a good place, like I thought she was really enjoyable to work with. She's clearly, I mean, I honestly think she could probably be the manager, if not Dwight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Dwight, I'd rather have him selling, because Karen is just like a solid manager all the way around. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Nate and Karen. Steven, what's next?
Right. We're moving on, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do agree with you, Chris, that Val, or Daryl in my case, he can't run that warehouse all by himself.
Oh, God.
He's going to need somebody down there. And I'm going to pick my other favorite, since you took Nate. I'm going to pick my other favorite warehouse worker who makes me laugh every time he's on screen, and that is Hide.
Yes, he's amazing.
For those of you that don't know, Hide is a Japanese immigrant who states that, I'm going to read his story real quick because he says it all the time in the show. He just tells his story. One day, a Yakuza boss needed a new heart, and he was the best surgeon in Japan because of his steady hands. And so he performed the surgery on him, but the Yakuza boss died during the operation. So on the run from the Yakuza, he hit on a fishing boat when he came to America, where Daryl hired him and saved his life.
Yeah, he's got so many fun, like, just small moments.
Him standing there watching Pam paint.
Just critiquing her.
And basically being like, when are you starting? She's like, well, I have to plan it out first. He's like, you need to paint.
She's like, well, you don't have to stand there. I'll wait.
I like him. So
I like him too.
I'm going to take him as far as another warehouse worker.
Okay.
And now we're really getting down into the nitty gritty, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I must pick another person, just because I enjoy him, and I don't really have much reasoning for him as a worker, but he seems to get his work done fine. Just because I enjoy him, I'm going to take Stanley.
Really?
Because I do love Stanley.
Stanley, like, hates everything about his job.
I know, but I love Stanley for those brief moments, like Pretzel Day or Florida, where you see that Stanley. My favorite moment Stanley has in the entire series is when Andy is trying to make closing time a thing at the office, and he sings closing time.
Yeah.
And Stanley bursts out of the door and starts singing when nobody else will sing with him. And it cuts to him and he goes, I had never heard that song, but that song means I get to go home. Now it's my favorite song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm going to take him.
All right. So it's my turn, right?
Yes. So I took Hide and Stanley. I'm keeping track here so that we can put our teams up for voting.
All right. So I'm going with a random person. And that is, I'm going with Plop, man. Look.
No.
Plop, a.k.a. Pete. Is he special? Nah. No. Is he a decent worker that will at least be fine in my situation, where, I don't know if you've noticed, except for Dwight and like occasionally Nellie, I have a pretty mild-mannered combination.
Right.
And I think that he'll fit in. and Jim's not in my office, and since they don't get along very well, it works well that I'm taking Plop.
And is this where are we getting down to? When are our final picks coming?
We can kind of go whenever. I mean, I can go another round or two, or not, or probably another round is probably all I've got. So,
okay, let's go one more round. So you get this one.
Yeah.
I'll do two more. You'll do two more. Then
Yeah.
I'll go one more. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So, you know what? She's not the smartest person.
No.
But Dwight is kind to her. She's kind to Dwight. She's a ray of sunshine.
I hate you.
And she's in love with Plop, and Plop's in love with her.
I hate you.
And I'm going with Aaron. I think, yeah, I feel confident about that. I think, she's now. It's going to be a little hard sometimes because sometimes she just doesn't get some stuff, but that's okay. I think that she's a solid, loyal person, and for that, I'm thankful.
I'm very unhappy with you for taking Aaron.
I'm giving you the scraps, man.
You are giving me the scraps. And so I think people are probably yelling right now at their iPods, phones, whatever they listen on, internet, at their internet, wondering where this one is. And so I'm going to take, with my first pick in the next round, I'm going to take Andy Bernard.
Mm-hmm. That was coming up for me.
Because the thing is, like, Andy, as far as when I was setting aside my picks and being like, all right, I don't think he really has much to offer of keeping the office, like, running well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just a personality to have around.
I get it.
And I don't mind having him around. Like, everybody hated Andy. I didn't like Andy in the first season he was in, pre-anger management. And then I didn't like Andy in the 9th season when they wrote him to be a jerk. But the reason they wrote him to be a jerk was so that he could go off and film The Hangover, and you weren't upset that he was gone because you were mad at him.
Well, that makes more sense because that was one of the reasons why I didn't pick him earlier. The 9th season really frustrated me.
They write him to be a jerk. But he's really not. And so I'm going to go Andy with my first pick in the next round.
You are describing a man that pooped on one of your other employees' cars.
You know what? I think that they've gotten past it.
Okay, if you say so.
And that they are going to they're going to move on together.
Okay. Andy, what's your next one?
This one's going to be a controversial pick, Chris.
Okay.
But I need another fun-loving kind of character around the office to just kind of get some of the humor from. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really going to need Jim to have somebody to harass a little bit.
Okay.
And so I'm going to take Gareth Keenan from the UK version of The Office.
Oh, okay.
He is Dwight on the UK version of The Office.
Okay, going different things, are we?
He's the Dwight character.
Okay.
And so I'm going to need that Dwight and Jim thing, and it's not going to quite be the same.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? He plays it pretty darn well, and so I'll take it.
All right. Well, I'm down to my last two picks then, right?
Yes.
So one I feel confident about, the other I don't. So one. Now, she doesn't get a lot of credit in this because she's a little bit of a mess sometimes. But at the end of the day, she's a really good person. And maybe she doesn't act good in the way that we would normally think. And maybe she's a little inappropriate at times.
Mm-hmm. She was my last pick, so thank you for that.
But I'm going with Meredith. Because at the end of the day, like, some of the moments, like, where, she had shaved her head and because of the lice, and she took Pam out when she was struggling and everything like that. It was just, it was a nice thing. And so I'm going to have to go with Meredith. And now comes the difficult part, because I was kind of hoping that I would not have to take this person. But I'm
Don't do it.
But I'm going to say
no one should take him.
Because of the combination of how horrible Michael was to him and the fact that the first 7 seasons, he wasn't bad. I'm going to go with Toby. But,
That's okay. That's not who I thought you were going to say.
Man, did Toby really suck the last half. Oh, gosh. I think I know who you thought I was going to, and I may have left you with him. So I'm curious. There's only a few people left. Who are you going with?
This is not based on how well The Office would run. These are the last 2 picks, right? This is my last pick. The way
the last pick,
works.
Right? Yeah, this is my
last pick.
This is the last pick, right?
Yeah, and so I'm okay with this person being last.
Let's talk about some of the people who are left. We've got Kevin, we've got Creed, we've got Gabe.
Gabe is who I was talking about. That no one should ever pick Gabe.
I know. We've got Dwight Jr.
We've got Ryan.
That's pretty much it, right?
Any of the other managers that have been there over time, but yeah.
Robert California. Ugh.
Ooh, no, not Robert California.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, and then Will Ferrell's character. Oh shoot! Dang it! Too late. I know who I would take if I still had one. But go ahead, Steven. Who are you gonna pick?
I know who I'm gonna take. I thought about taking Ryan because Ryan is hilarious.
A horrible human being.
He's a horrible human being, but he has lines, especially in the later seasons when he's kind of insignificant. He has lines that make me laugh so hard when he's being a douche. But I'm going to go with my gut here, and it may cost me the win because people are not going to immediately know who this is necessarily. But I'm going to take somebody that's just a lovely human and somebody I would always want around the office because I love this person.
Okay.
And boy, do I love dogs. And that's going to be Joe Bennett, the CEO of Sabre.
I love Joe.
She's so good. She's a good leader too. So I feel like she could be good in leadership roles of teams, but also she got to bring those dogs around. And she's just this sweet Southern lady. And so my last pick is Joe Bennett.
Can I pick one more too then?
Wait, why?
Or can I replace Toby? One of those two. Because I know who I want.
The commissioner says it's okay. I will allow you to replace Toby.
I want to go because I have every other position. And sure, I don't have HR, but it's okay. We're going to be fine. I'm more worried about what's going to happen if we're not in a secure place. And that's why.
Oh, no.
I want Hank the security guard.
I love Hank.
I know. I last minute thought about that and went, boom, that's who I want. Hank the security guard instead of Toby. That's what I'm doing.
You've got Dwight. He's armed in the office.
Yes, which is one of the reasons what made me think about it. I might need Hank. Hey, this was good. And so let's run back through our teams. Do you want me to go through mine first or you go for yours?
Sure. You go ahead.
All right. Now, I don't want to intimidate you, but this is a pretty amazing team I've got.
It is.
For my branch of Dunder Mifflin, I've got my head salesman, Dwight K. Schrute. My office manager and just all-around awesome person, Pam Halpert. I got my accountant, Oscar Martinez. I got my head of shipping, I guess is the best way, Val. I don't remember her last name. She
didn't have one, actually.
Oh, okay. So I've got, I don't even know what she'd be doing, sales or special projects, or we'd be having her doing something, and that'd be Nellie. I don't remember her last name either.
Bertram.
Yep, there we go. We got Phyllis. Eventually Phyllis Vance. I don't remember what her original maiden name was.
Halpert. No.
Yeah, she was great. Phyllis in sales. Val needs some help, and that's why we're going with Nate, the most amazing goofy guy ever. I got my customer service person, and that's Plop, a.k.a. Pete. We've got my receptionist, which is Erin. They're also best friends and lovers, and she's awesome. I've got quality insurance, which is Meredith. A little bit rough sometimes, but she's great. I've got my manager, and that's going to be Karen. What's her last name?
Filippelli.
Filippelli, that's right. And finally, because we need to secure our office, I've got Hank, the wonderful security guard.
All right. Well, that leaves my team. So, running the accounts, I've got Angela Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intimidated by your team, man. Running
I'm
the
intimidated
warehouse-
by your accountant.
running the warehouse and really just handling any sort of projects that I may need as far as idea man. I've got Daryl Philbin,
Okay.
the lovely Daryl. Head of the office, we're gonna go with head manager is Jim Halpert.
Mm-hmm.
We got Holly Flax running HR, and just
Great pick.
floating around. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Reception. We got Michael Scott.
That's
Hang out
a
reception.
sneaky pick right there.
In fact, you know what? He's not going to be reception. I've changed my mind. He's going to be on the sales team because the guy can clearly sell. People
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
He's very good at sales. So I'm gonna go with him on sales. Then we got customer service. We got Kelly Kapoor. David Wallace is going to remain the CEO, just kind of overlooking things. Down in the warehouse, we're going to have a little extra help from Hide, helping Daryl. And then also on the sales team, because he knows his way around some sales, we got Stanley. What's Stanley's last name? Martin?
Oh God, I can't remember. I'll look it. Keep going. I'll look it up while you're telling your list.
Okay. Well, I got Stanley as that character. Stanley Hudson.
That's right, Stanley Hudson.
That's
There we
it.
go.
So he's going to be on sales. Just kind of floating around the office, keeping everybody bit bop happy. We're going to go Andy Bernard, singing songs, carrying on. As far as another kind of salesman, maybe some quality assurance, somebody for Jim to pick on, I went with Gareth from the UK version of The Office, who is played by the guy with the glass eye from Pirates of the Caribbean. And he's amazingly hilarious. And then you know who's going to do reception? It's going to be Joe Bennett. Because she is a smiling face that I want talking to me all the time.
Joe
And
Bennett should
answering
be
the
your
phone.
freaking manager, man.
I know. But Jim is just, I think Jim would be a good manager on that show. He never got a shot because he didn't want it. But I think that he would, I think he would make a good manager.
I don't think he would.
You don't think he would?
He's really bad at making decisions when people don't like certain stuff. He panics.
That's fair.
Joe would be amazing. See, I'm even ripping
well.
up your team because I am so confident in mine. This is the
Okay.
most confident I've ever been at anything we've ever done.
Yeah, so Karen Filippelli is going to be your manager, Miss I Get Jealous Over Anything.
Okay, you get jealous of her. She was a manager of a successful branch. Thank you very much. Keep going. Keep a stepping.
No, and then Joe. Yeah, Joe is the last one. So that is my list.
All right, so we're gonna put this up on our show notes on our
And
website.
we'll also put it up on the Best Friends group. So if you want to vote on it in there,
We're gonna put it a
head
bunch of
over there.
different places.
Twitter.
If you know anyone that likes The Office, share it with them. We want to hear what everyone has to say about this. Who won this? Who has the better branch? Me, of course, or Steven.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping for pulling on some heartstrings because I do have Michael Scott.
That is true. You do have him. Yeah, and
He's my pinch hitter. He's just...
all right. Well, hey, you know what that means? We're now
We did it.
transitioned into something that we haven't done in a really long time.
I think we haven't done it since like episode 4 or 5.
No, we've done it a little bit more recently than that.
Have we?
Yeah, I just can't really remember. But
Okay.
But hey, it's time for Missed Connections. Steven, can you hit me with a little bit of that bass? Oh. All right. Oh, I like that. I like that sass that's coming on.
sounds.
Sorry, shut up. Let me tell you exactly what this is for anyone who's new. You know, whether it's misloves, almost friendships, or just acquaintances, we're in the business of bringing people together here at this podcast. So we're doing our part by reading misconnections from Craigslist, hoping we can bring lovebirds back together again. Now I've protected their names for everyone's privacy, so I will assign them some loving pen names. Steven, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Title 1. To the pretty woman on the G train who threw up on me.
Sure.
We met last Thursday, riding the train a little before noon. Despite your slumped over demeanor, I could tell that you were very pretty and dressed very well. I took the only open seat next to you, and I have to admit, I wrote you off as hungover. But when your head popped up from your lap to vomit outwards, I knew that you were the real deal. Whoo! I tried to keep the conversation as light as possible after you told me how embarrassed you were and how your antibiotics were messing up both your stomach and your mind. I was honestly impressed that you had attempted to even go to work that morning, considering your condition. But I didn't want to bother you. But then the train stalled for 15 minutes and we stopped talking. Oh no. Everyone watched it slide down on the other side of the train. And I felt awful because I didn't even have a plastic bag to offer in case it happened again. But then you got off the stop before I did. Let me know if you want a second crack at this. I think we hit it off well, in spite of your condition. I hope you're feeling better. Sincerely, you might throw up, but I want to throw down. So stupid. Next one, Steven. This missed connection is pretty simple. It's to the point. You were the girl sitting on this park bench, and I was that guy fighting a duck for my pants and losing. If you saw me, please call this number. And P.S. I got him back, so let's hang out. Sincerely, Down to Duck. Oh, gosh. Woo! Ooh, he fought with a duck and lost his pants. That's an interesting song I just had. Next, and our last one. This one's called Let's Make a Marriage Deal. It says I need to get married in all caps now for reasons I cannot disclose here. So let's talk about this deal already. I'm handsome and just finishing up my master's, but I don't want to go home alone. So send a pic, and it has to be believable. Please have a job, in case they ask. Also, strategically, it would be sensible if you're pregnant, then we could say it's mine. Sincerely, I'll get married when I'm ready, Mom. Woo, woo. Misconnections, yeah. All right, Steven, until next time, we hope that these starstruck lovers, or you get what I'm getting at.
Star-crossed?
Star-crossed, that's it. We hope that you found each other, and in certain cases, we hope that you have your pants and you're no longer covered in vomit and the other reasons. So, until next time, this has been Misconnections.
I was just going to let the hiss go on for as long as humanly possible before I cut the music.
Or what if you cut it and then it's just awkward? Oh, gosh. But in all seriousness, we hope that wherever you are out there, you found the one that your heart is looking for. Or your pants.
That's sweet.
Whichever comes first.
No, he got him back.
And for that one, I'm really sorry that you have to literally pay someone for a marriage deal. That sucks.
Yeah, and it's illegal. So,
also that.
Pretty sure. So that's concerning. Anyway, we're going to get into our final topic of the evening /day/episode. Depends on when you're listening to this, I guess. For us, it's evening. It's a brisk 51 degrees here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And now it sounds like I'm kind of doing a misconnection. Like, ooh, and 51 we're just going to talk like this for the rest of the episode.
Nice and chilly.
So I hope you're ready for this.
51 degrees, yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about my topic.
Let's go.
So, something happened, Chris. Something happened this week. Something
Tell
terrible.
me more. Oh, no.
Yes.
You fought a duck?
That's every week,
oh,
and
okay.
I always win. This was
PETA,
roughly 7 or 8 days ago. What now?
I said, PETA, don't get upset with us.
Yeah, no, I don't fight any ducks. No ducks were harmed in the making of this podcast. I did, however, confess to that one time I kicked a goose in the face. But it was attacking me. It was a self-defense thing. The courts recognize self-defense. Anyway.
Okay.
I was at a Target, as I am known to be, constantly. because I really like Targets. Walking around Target actually helps with my anxiety. It helps me relax. I don't know why. I don't even buy anything half the time, but just like walking around and looking at things, like for some reason, it just takes my mind off everything. So I was walking around.
Okay.
And I've been making a push here in the new year to get healthy. Has not been going well. Been eating garbage. But I'm doing better than I was doing. And I'm going to start exercising again soon. And my exercise regimen consists of running every morning and doing weight and strength exercises every morning. So I decided, cool, I'll look at some equipment because I have some weights, but they're smaller. I'll look at some bigger ones so that once I build up from the small ones, I can get the bigger ones. And so while we were there, I saw this 45-pound dumbbell just sitting on the lower shelf. And I thought to myself, man, I wonder, because I have no upper body strength. Anyone who knows me, I have very good like lower body strength. My calves are intense.
They are. I don't know how else to explain them, y'all. They are uncomfortably large.
It's, with my Greek heritage, it is the closest thing to a Greek god that I have going for me. They're chiseled out of stone. But my upper body is just a weak mass of flesh. And so...
It's not chiseled. It's the opposite. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's the opposite of chiseled. It's more just a slab that they stuck on there. And the guy like hit it once. It curved into a continuous round shape. And they were like, well, this is good. And so I went to pick up this 45-pound dumbbell. And my wife was on the aisle. And I was like, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to show off for my wife. So I did about 5 curls with this 45-pound dumbbell. And then I put it down. I was like, look how cool I am. And as I set it down, I felt a small pop.
Oh, no.
In my shoulder. And, you know, things were good. I was a little sore for a few days, but all was well. And then about 6 days after that, I reached across the bed, so across my body, to get my phone from the nightstand because I was turned on one side. And when I reached, I let out what can only be described as a banshee's cry. I let out just this terrible scream, and my wife had no clue what was going on. She's like, what's wrong? And I was like, my shoulder really, really hurts. And so we decided, like, okay, well, maybe it'll get better. But no, like, putting on clothes, like, doing most anything really hurt. And so we called her brother and FaceTimed him, who is he's a semester or 2 away from being a chiropractor licensed. And so he's going through, like, the stuff where he's actually examining and doing things as far as adjustments on people right now. And so he had my wife basically, he was like, hold your arm out like this, now put it here, like, and he walked us through how to do a adjustment or a checkup, I guess, on what's going on. So I told him where the pain was. It was a little deeper. I walked him through, and he said, yeah, it sounds like you you strained your rotator tendons. I was like, cool. How long is that going to be to get rid of? He's like, oh, I mean, you're not going to feel any improvement for probably 1 or 2 weeks. He said, definitely at least a week, maybe 2. He said, and it's not going to be fully recovered for over a month, probably.
Ew.
Awesome. So he walked my wife through how to use kinetic tape, that KT stuff, on me. And I've got it up and down my arm right now. I have a brace in the mail so that I don't have to keep taping it on me because it is literally like waxing my chest. When I pull them off, I had to shave part of my chest and my shoulder because I'm Greek and I'm hairy. But I had to shave so that I could even put them on because when I took the first one off, it just ripped like hair out of my chest and I was like bleeding. And so
you were dripping with something else other than finesse.
It was not finesse. It was blood. It was indeed blood. And so
dripping in blood. Sorry.
That's a dark song. But I couldn't, I don't know. It's I still haven't felt any improvement. Like he said, it's going to be at least a week. It has been 2 days and I'm ready for improvement. But anytime I can get my shoulder up about 90 degrees, but anytime I try to strain above, it's just like really dull pain. And if God forbid I reach across my body all the way, like when I'm in the shower trying to wash my left arm, like reaching across, like my right arm is just like throbbing the whole time. And it's getting worse, actually. And so I'm going to brace it soon, and hopefully that will fix it. But that was a long explanation of, this kind of got me in this mindset of, we're noticing things as we get older. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, we're really old. I'm like, I understand. We're 28 years old. we're not necessarily spring chickens anymore, but we're also, when people who are middle-aged or later, even though the teens I volunteer with insist that 28 is middle-aged, but when we're middle-aged or people who are older and they hear us say we're getting older, a lot of times they view that with some sort of resentment and like, oh, you don't understand. And like, but as we're reaching an age, I mean, we're approaching 30. And as I'm getting closer to 30, I'm realizing I can't do a lot of the stuff I used to be able to do. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that. And I know you had an experience this week. And I kind of wanted to chat about that and just kind of the things we're noticing as we age, not just necessarily physically, but just overall, and how they're kind of affecting our mental health. Because I know for me, like, they're affecting my health, like mentally and physically. Mm-hmm. And so what happened to you this week, Chris?
Well, I don't know if I feel like I've shared this on the podcast before, but Steven knows I've had a really, really bad back for many years. And not just like for a 28-year-old bad, like the doctor has said before that I'm like a 28-year-old with a 60-year-old back almost.
Yeah, your back is not good.
A lot of different things have happened over the years. I fell on a flight of stairs once, no big deal. A bunch of other things, but whatever the case may be, I've had a lot of back pain it's probably been about a decade now, really. And it's interesting because I had to help someone move, and that's never good for my back. But it ended up kind of being I moved way more than I intended to move, but just kind of the situation came up where there wasn't really an option. It was if I didn't help do it, then they weren't going to get moved, and I wasn't going to be a jerk because I felt fine. So, I've been dealing with a small reminder of that as well. Of just, it's amazing how you used to be able to crash on a couch for 2 hours and then you're good. And now I lay on the couch for 2 hours in Netflix and I'm over here being like, excuse me while I go stretch for the next 45 minutes.
Right.
And it's like, wait, I thought this was supposed to be what... for me, it's not even that, it's because I think like we're old or anything. The part that's been interesting to me, and I wrote a few different things down of things that I've been surprised about, is that aging has come much quicker than anticipated. I expected aging to occur, but I thought I would really feel the effects under one of two situations, either just like mid-30s or so, or once I had children of my own. Because, I mean, the fact is, neither of us know that, and neither of us are at a place where we want to know that right now. But,
right.
And so for me, it's like, for a long time I thought people would be complaining, and then I'm realizing at this age, like, oh God, like no wonder people are complaining if it's like this. What will it be like? And so, yeah, physical pain has definitely been a huge thing for me. Can I run through some of the things and you can tell me which ones you want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Here's some of the things I thought about when it comes to growing up, having to realize things feel different than they used to. The one we've talked about plenty of times before is, my God, when did sleeping become so important? Oh my goodness. Like we literally, Stephen, we had conversation at one point and you were talking about the idea of me staying up or something for you, to come in late if we were to do it that way. And you said, but I might not get there until 11:30. And as you said that, I mean, I wasn't thinking about it, and I was just like, Stephen, I'm not 91 years old. And then I thought about it and went, oh God, 11:30. That's later than anticipated. So sleeping now, it's both so much more important, and you just can't recover the same way as you used to. As roommates, how late were we staying up on a regular basis?
Oh my God, we were up regular until probably 2 or 2:30 in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, and now I don't know what 2:30 feels like. Except for if I'm there, I must be in the hospital. Because I don't know what other reason there should be. As one of our favorite shows says, nothing good happens after, was it 2 or 2
a.m.?
Yeah, 2 a.m. So that's one of the ones.
It's like, okay, for instance, when we did DC Podfest, one of those nights, we stayed out after the show and all this stuff. We stayed out till probably 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning before we got back to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
And that was so late.
Yes.
Like it didn't used to feel so late. Or last night was the night that you were referring to, peek behind the curtain, where I said, hey, I may not get to your house till 11:30. Is that okay? And you were like, oh yeah, it's 11:30. That's not a big deal. And then I texted you at like 9:30 and it's like, oh, I think I'm going to be awake enough to drive home. Like, don't wait up. And I imagine that like somewhere deep in you sighed this big sigh of relief, like, oh, thank God I can go to sleep.
It's like,
and so I didn't get home last night until 1:15.
ugh.
And then I couldn't go to sleep immediately. So I didn't go to bed till like 2 last night. And
No,
that's
thank
the
you.
latest I've been up in I don't know how long. And then I woke up at like 8 because that's what my body does now. And I've just
That's
been
another
exhausted.
thing. You wake up earlier now out of just
I don't
habit,
like it.
out of the requirement for job and schedule and everything. You don't have a choice. You just start adjusting it.
Right. We had a roommate in college who, no joke, would go to bed at like 4 a.m. and wake up at like 2 every afternoon.
It was an
And we made
impressive
fun of him
sleep
for
cycle.
so long. He now goes to bed at like 9 o'clock at night, gets up at 5 because he has to be at work at 6. And the first time I found that out, I was like, dude, really? Like you? Of all people?
That's funny. All right, so that's one. Here's another one that that is kind of related. And I'm really worried about it considering we're having to do it soon. I cannot go nearly as long on a road trip anymore. It is so much harder to recover. Oh my goodness. What is that? Like, man, me and one of our shared roommates literally drove from Denver, Colorado to Boone, North Carolina in 23 and a half straight hours. And don't get me wrong, we were tired. But we did it. Now, the thought of driving more than 10 hours, I mean, even the thought of driving more than like 6 or 5 is kind of like, oh dear God, let's prepare. Like I'm bringing out every possible thing I can to try and get through this thing. What is the deal? Just road trips are so different than they used to be. And it's amazing how a few years can dramatically change that. And I think it has something to do with sleep probably, right?
I guess. I was literally on my way to Winston-Salem last night at, I don't know, 4:30 in the afternoon. It is an hour and 15-minute drive. And like 45 minutes into it, I was like, oh, I'm tired. And granted, I hadn't slept much the night before and I had to get up at 6 for work. Mm-hmm. So that is probably why. But man, I was getting tired. And then I had like a second wind and I drove home fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep. No,
I'm
you're right.
yawning just thinking about it.
I know. All right. So I'm glad that you feel – now I'm curious how you feel about these last two. One, fast food is not nearly as easy to consume and process as it used to be. Oh, my goodness. Now
it just sits in your stomach like a brick.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there. It's one of those things where we'd be like, let's just go grab some McDonald's or grab some Burger King or grab some Arby's or grab some Cookout, whatever it might be, and then we'd be fine. We'd go and like hang out and play Ultimate Frisbee or something. Now, when I eat it, I need to prepare to sit for the next little bit and just reflect, because that's the reality of what my stomach is facing with now. And maybe it's also because we've gotten older, and not all the time, but at least sometimes we try and eat healthier, and so our stomach is more like, that's good for you, do that instead. And then we have something bad for us and it says, no, I don't like that. Whatever the case might be, it is not nearly as easy to eat as it used to be, and that's very sad for me.
No, when we had our annual planning meeting, which I'm now referring to as the beginning of the end, because ever since then I've been eating like crap.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Like my body just craves garbage. But when we had our annual planning meeting, we had lunch from Wendy's, and that wasn't sitting too well. And then I went and got Qdoba.
Yep.
But rather than getting Qdoba like a nice burrito bowl or a salad, I got like a quesadilla. And that didn't sit well. And then I had to sit in the car and drive home with just this rock in the pit of my stomach, just like, ugh.
Yep.
I just can't do it anymore. I had McDonald's for the first time in 6-7 months last night. And the whole way up there, I had stopped because I was hungry. And I got like, I got a cheeseburger, a single cheeseburger, and a cup of water. And for the rest of the drive up, I was like, ooh, What is happening to my body?
Oh, life is happening to your body. That's what's going on. And finally, this is the last one. You know, back when as I was younger, things were different. I was foolish. I was able to just pay attention to the things that were really important, like what celebrities dating who. I'm just making that up. But now, I find myself going out of my way to look and read the news. Who have I become? I used to be this cool hip guy. Now I'm Wolf Blitzer.
Are you Wolf Blitzer?
No, man. But even that, it's just kind of funny. Like, I'll just start finding myself, or I'll go on my way and I'll look at the next 10 days of weather and go, why? Why am I looking at the humidity rating?
I do that.
It's just all the way around, finding myself reading and watching things and being concerned about my future. I mean, there's a different reason why I'm concerned for my future than that. But beyond that, it's just also just even more broad things of just kind of paying attention to world news in a way that I've never done before. And it makes sense because I'm getting older. I now have to be an adult and start thinking about things like I've never had to before. But at the same time, it's still just weird to be like, good Lord, I'm way more boring than I used to be.
I do a combination of two things. I either really look into the news, or I do everything in my power to avoid it at all costs.
I mean, me too. It's one of the other. But when I do get really into it, it's like 3 straight days of just.
Right. I'll have periodic bits where I'm looking at things that concern me, but what I'm looking at is a lot more social stuff that concerns me, and like policies that are coming to my area and things I want to support and things I want to stand up against, and supporting the marginalized peoples in our area and like things like that. Like that is what I do. Whereas a lot of national news, without getting deep into it, we'll just say since the beginning of last year, I've been avoiding a lot of national news.
I think a lot of people have, no matter where.
It's just
whatever
it makes me. I have an anxiety disorder, y'all, and it makes me fear for my life.
Doesn't help.
No, and I know news is a big thing on both sides of the binary, which I hate that exists, but like both sides of the government and people who deal with like anxiety disorders, news, no matter where you stand, news can be a really stressful thing. And like I can't do news, and food for me is a stressful thing, and that affects me like in a very negative and stressful way. So
when we're doing all at the exact same time, it's worst case scenario.
Right. And so my last month essentially has been real bad when it comes to just like the anxiety caused by like exterior stimuli. It's just like everything around me is like, nope, don't want to deal with that. Can't handle that. And so it was just, I don't know, it was just a matter of, I kind of wanted to talk about like, what does life look like now? And how is that affecting us? Like, cause it makes my brain like concerned sometimes, even when it shouldn't be, because my brain's just like, you're getting old, you're going to die. Like my brain immediately starts doing that and reminding me like, don't forget about the never-ending march of time.
Seriously, I mean, it can be overwhelming sometimes.
It's incredibly overwhelming to me a lot of times, so I just try my best to ignore it, but that's not always possible, especially when you can't put on a t-shirt without yelping in pain like a Rottweiler that got its paw stepped on.
Very specific.
Rottweilers are tough. I don't know why.
Another thing that tends to happen with older people, they become very specific.
Don't tease me. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I think it's going to do it. If you'd like to send us a topic for discussion or a mental health check-in, or you have anything else on your mind, you can send that over to us at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, please send us over topics. We'd love to not just have listener check-ins, but listener topics too. We've had some before, and they've been a lot of fun. But besides that, you can follow us over on anywhere on our social media. We have Twitter, and that handle is @istthis_adulting. You can also find us on Facebook. We've got 2 different places you can find us. Either our Facebook page, nice and simple, Is This Adulting Podcast, or even more importantly, if you want a place to find an online community that provides support where you can vent what's going on in your life and struggles at work, family, friends, whatever it might be, or you just want a fun place to have exciting, hope-filled, funny videos or pictures, whatever, you can do that too. And that is at our best friends group. And that's simply called Is This Adulting Best Friends? If you have any trouble finding it on Facebook, then please feel free to go to our website. It's isthisadultingpod.com, and you can find it there. And then while you're there, why don't you check out some of our show notes? It's all different types of games we've done, or things like we did this, where we'll actually say what our different list were for the different branches of Dunder Mifflin. The games, all different types of stuff are there. We got our merch store, as well as different ways that you can join the movement to help break the stigma around mental health. And finally, the best way you can spread the word and help us out. And I'd encourage you to pause right now. Well, don't pause now. Stop. Actually, keep playing until I finish this statement, and then you can hit pause. And that is, if you can just go and subscribe if you haven't, and then if you can just leave a rating and a review. Doing both of those helps get people to find you and find us. And we want that to be possible because we want more and more people to find a supportive place where they can not feel that they're crazy because they struggle with things sometimes, but they realize that they're not alone. So that's why we do what we do. So if you can do that as well, that'd be great.
We're part of the Orbital Jigsaw Podcast Network. You can find our show as well as others at orbitaljigsaw.com. You can also find all of our merch at the Orbital Jigsaw merch store. I don't know why I stumbled over that, which you can find at orbitaljigsaw.com/store. We got that brand new logo, and so the logo on the t-shirt looks awesome. I think the sale might be over by the time you're hearing this, but the sales on TeePublic go on pretty often, so keep an eye out and check it out. We're almost entirely listener supported, so if you like what you hear, please consider clicking the Support the Show tab on our website, isthisadultingpod.com. We have tons of cool rewards, exclusive episodes twice a month, and much more that you'll receive in return for your support on Patreon. There's also a PayPal link if you prefer to give through PayPal, where you can give monthly or one time. We'd like to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi. That's going to do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
And I've been your best friend, Chris.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, go hug someone.
Because you never know. They may have just lost their pants in a duel with a duck. Well, hold on, wait. Hug them after they get their pants back on. That's my only advice.
We prefer pants hugs, and please ask for their consent before you hug them. Just saying.
Yeah.
Definitely do that. Anyway, y'all have a good week.
Also hug the duck. They may need something. Bye!